Yo, your boy Patrikasem and so you will be strong amount. The topic near about 401k in I send you 401k in Husi. And so you will be brought and share your 401k see I say ATM see chino near Kobani. Na ho asem na yebeka 401k. The topic ne say 4 life events you shouldn't cash out your 401k to fund. Nneɛma bi a yɛhu sɛ ɛyɛ a na ɛba yɛ akwan mu a na wobɛhu a na yɛafa akyiri na yɛkɔ akɔyi yɛ 401k anaasɛ yɛkɔ akɔtakye yɛ 401k na yɛde akɔ akɔyɛ. Ɛna nnɛ yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛka ho asɛm. Nti me say when is it the right time and when is it okay to dip into your 401k? When is it? What question be a wobɛtumi de ato chat no anaasɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔjoin a wokɔ chat na mede links no atom a wobɛtumi ajoin wopɛ sɛ wokasa so a wobɛtumi ajoin no akasa anaasɛ wopɛ sɛ wokɔ YouTube so a nti link no yɛwɔ hɔ bi a wopɛ sɛ wotumi yɛ bi a wobɛtumi ayi so de ajoin yɛ nti yɛnhwɛ na yɛnstarte yɛnhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛtumi de ahyehyɛ so wɔ your topic yi ho. When is it okay to dip into your 401k? When is it okay to dip into your 401k? Ɛno na ɛnnɛ yɛbɛkeka ho asɛm. Yo, sɛ wohwɛ sɛ ɛduru mmerɛ bi a na ayɛ den ɛnyɛ nim sɛ ɛyɛ ade ase nyinaa yɛadwen ho da sɛ ebi a yɛwɔ big expenses bi ba up a yɛa na yɛ very tempting anaasɛ nyinaa wohwɛ a yɛatɛmte sɛ ebi a wowɔ sika kakra gu wo account mu anaasɛ wo 401k mu a yɛa sɛ ɛho yɛ ayɛ yi kakra yɛhwɛ a ebi wɔ nom a pɛ sɛ bi a yɛyɛ yɛ dan yie kakra anaasɛ bi a yɛmba koraa wedding anaa biribi saa yɛtumi yɛa na biribi bi a asɛ yɛ tempting because wohu sɛ sika da hɔ, you know, averagely no average 401k and our retirement is about 103 or so. Yeah, 103. So 103 or now we say biame ye me fee and I say biame kitchen me person ye ni ye would kakran person me and I say bia me bear worry na man to scam na bibisa na ada na menko na menko ye. It be very challenging, but if so any financial advisor now you are talking about taking 401k for that now. Catcher say a BBB a good idea. A good idea because the consequences, as instance, I'm sure was so and a near being which would do retirement equaqueno. Yana and ye at the papa. T. Who said, Yana and Yama reasons been a my to me a 2 point be a who she are in ye. So what dreams so so yes, Anna, we be a 401k DS and beer. And young kwa if you share 51% of Omoma retire, say Oma Yusu Oma touch 401k da asana ebi Omo retire. Now she millennials na eba na ansem kra na eba no kra de Omo de the West kra Omo di be 34 around 34 years no. Omo de already no be 49% and Oma touch 401k da. Nti amana ye bibi a sɛ wodwen sɛ nyɛ wo nko a bɛna yɛbɛhwehwɛ mu ɛkwan bɛfa so a yɛhwɛ sɛ ɛyɛ anaasɛ nyɛ sɛ bia yɛbɛkahye 401k ni saa de ne ma no ɛyɛ aha adwen paa ne sɛ the taxes biara na ɛwɔ ho ɛnyɛ the taxes no nko koraa no a remember sɛ woyi sika na ɛfiri ayim nti the penalties ne yɛfrɛ no sɛn penalties ne taxes ɛwɔ mu no yɛ na ɛma no ɛha adwen sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ saa ni people be almost 401k all because of those things. In the things I might hear sad. One, losing your job or changing jobs. Say maybe I would change your job. You've been working so hard, so person will change your job. Now maybe a honey tree you go so try the time will be increase your income. You try increase your income so if you hold my be any company na woman most of the time you change it. Now you change jobs so na fear was see kwa na your 401k ebi was start adwuma 2 years and yet the 401k na nya match no Ebe hu na be 2005 be and answer 4005 be. The same way, so no, ebia, good news ama say or see a downsize na ya downsize na abia abeto also. Ebe kan wa set a senior account no be 4005 and bibisa enye bad. Usha one ebi kra na we down to two wachi na your friend say your friend say downsize account. Go say we for kakra retirement na be plan. Especially any be 50,000 be and any 100,000 be a officer for one be a 4,005 and 2,005 be any share into no way say what cashing out the same way na say if you change jobs crown I won't prepare ye if you are out of state to be a scacrowd be yet that transition I am adding to shall I receive the 4,000 in 50,000 no way. You had ye me could fee that will be 25 years 25 years now could fee say in your juma it's more than the oil. And when you adwuma no tua more than the year nti no na that time 2 years what mean you 4,500 ne a friend is saying in the retirement and yet much was saying my miniska we say na me me fa enye niam kakra and we scan 4,500 we say scan the ni na be bon sem but during tax time one you'll be hit with around 25% tax return your friend saying of your tax. Remember, your retirement and your tax free tax defer. Into won't you tax no now if you baby says can so we I will say Uncle Sam we sika free. It will be 25% of the 4,500 at the same time, so no penalty of 10%. Hit you with a 10% penalty now. In all no, the 4,500 now fee say we bear 2,000 about 2,900. Here is will lose home keke 4,500 ka wose in because of early withdrawal 10%. And we'll have also our taxes no so and this is 25%. It will be now for 4,500 no I pay 2,950. So anyway, in count because it be a we 4,000 about by tax time yeah. And then after that, so no, remember a income until that year and be tax cost because of that income now. Or the other account. That means tax cost so a best your friends because I had the income, income added to friends your taxable income no that year no taxable brackets no that's taxable way tax brackets no bet me a change especially if can move do kakra. Apart from that no so yen share say if say all no transfer code different account say okay me jana to me nya no hwe na me fa bi mu a yen hwe de betimi aye 4,500 so jai to from 25 no to time of retire which is 65 at that time no the rate of 10% no kakofi benya almost about 250,000 4,500 4,500 you just to home and I'm going touch now. By the time I'm going to retire, no, obenya 2,000, obenya 250,000, almost about 240 something thousand. And imagine say Kofi, I decided no I call the next job 2 years. No, I the same thing. We there 4,000, and that time you could 5,000. We that with a period of 10 years, not Kofi help from job to job. Or scar with the 50,000 way. It will be na calculate 4,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or be 50,000 within 10 years. No, he says can as all calculate say 50,000. By the time one retire for 40 years, no, if 25 no could just says can to that period no class. And if I say no mini, if I say 30 years, 50,000. By the time no, we calculate here, will be more than 800,000. You should get more than 800,000. It's just losing a job or changing jobs no and money be if I you 401k you leave 401k alone. Yes, now you make sure say what it is usually when you're changing jobs we can take the 401k to where you're going with me maybe a work on say that company allow that most company allows that with me and I say the best we can say with me a transfer and I'll be rolling over rolling over now and with me be financial institution with me be IRA now they are tum. The money good necessary call IRA more. One of the wild to me make choices, wild to me talk the Nyama wow pay, wild to me investing in Nyama, person way to me investing in. Usually mean Jano. The best you can the best you can do is with the call. And I say usually no. My advice would be buy IRA and put it in there. Now and start a new agreement. One for be crown come on, you mean say 25, coming 65 no, or at least with a rate of 10%, no, or at least be 240 something, close to 250. So number one, you're making sure that you're looking at into these things, no, losing a job or changing jobs, no, doesn't give us the chance to be able to squander our 401ks, but rather no, you're living alone. The second one is education expenses. You see, when it comes to education, you move money, you go crazy. You go crazy cry when it comes to education. I saw you drain cry. You know, you dip your hands into a 401k, you go pay or see a masters, and I say be also a BB. That is good, you know. But sometimes yeah, you drain the return of interest, the ROI, you know, ROI, I want that education because Juma fine. If I see a masters, it will improve our income or salary anyway. Education is very fine. We see any idea, very fine. But say any idea improve our salary or anything, we me take you time up pace. What to note me, quite emphasis. We don't have a depends on your 401k. Yeah, no kwa if you are teenagers, if you college, if you are prepare ye, yentimi amfa ni amount to ho amom. Tin the meche no. Yentimi amfa ni amount to ho amom. Until with that no, ubuhana ye dip your hands into it. Remember, could dip your hands into your 401k, which is your retirement at the ma baby and baby school. We are remember obitimi ka se media me ba man titi e din aba behwe me because me hwe na man se fifi no hwe me mama se tutu. It doesn't work those things na nya adwuma sa bi o se hwe ni yi jai sa de no because remember e bia oba ne de o yiga so obitimi abehwe na so obitimi ye de oso ye ba e bia kwakware obi fufu mo no situation sitie and most of the time no these people will go or kwakwabo ne bra nti se oba betua wo retire na wo struggle no esa be tough ma no as an asset, you would depend on the issues, family issues, need so many things. They make sure say, and ye be a better than rather than a bit me up, you know. So one foul 401k, mauba, kuskua, and yes, we a bad man, as we a bad parent, you are not. But so Jan is the other means are which in a bus bit me up. So 401k, so there is a bit me up, help bit me up, up to 50% to be 50,000. We grow now young, especially young, your friends saying young people are almost try say on the way. MC in about Hanma so the kind bro, my batch you anytime you want to talk, let me know. Hi, yo, yo, 401k a BBB bit me a buru now turning into your friends saying, oh, the cook fees, with the kutia san emana. And yes, smart because what it is retirement there, beba. Hey, you make sure say you now apart from that crown, say especially bro 401k and you're free say you free sir. Remember there are some things the consequences and yes so you can say yes so good. Also say you have to pay back the amount. Now will be paid back with interest depending on the kind of your friend saying the kind of maybe the loan at here. And two, when your friend saying taxes when tria say the American, it's ubitia tax account, especially say we use can crack completely taxes near day if you are do also way. Hey. And it take it longer to build up to back to the same position now because remember utia back a goon. Ubu was say good because me share with the interest for myself. But yeah, even though yes, I know. Remember, say we lose the compounding interest, no so on. And I say a certain time, and yet a certain time also to me 401k. And yes, time be even though a wealthy can borrow a certain time also to and the about one time dream who cry. So 401k Ujai ejuma is due. That amount is due right now. If you don't pay her, a withdraw. If you withdraw, we know if you withdraw, that's a be a hardship or to me approval and not be sa. That means you're gonna be hit with the 10% a friend saying early withdrawal. Plus Uncle Sam also getting a tax because a tax defer and yet friends are tax free. I know some people can say tax free and net tax free, a tax defer. It's Uncle Sam Baby your friend saying your friend Baby Jane part. If you have 20% plus the 10%, it will be who 4,005. Now will be who with the 2,900 and a coffee. Nti na nyɛ smart say ebetumi biribi a na yɛkɔ especially when it comes to education too much no the negativity or sadly after the end and too much. Don't get me wrong, say when it comes to education, say we go crazy. Education is very good in our life. Very, very good, but it's not the solution to or the solution to our financial, your friend is saying, our financial way. Hold on. It's not the end to our financial way now. Okay, no, be sending BBM say and fire. Yo, you make sure say when it comes to education, we are going crazy. By mum give it me and say there are so many ways I bet me out. Say one foul 401k and that's one foul retirement. I'm more bama school and not just a bad parent. Mum the obetime said there are ways habit me abuana manako school because obey any emphasis say obey the bear 16, 17 office won't mean share a lot because Indian education board they won't mean fat enough to 12 for the next 3 years I'm on a school. The obetime say obetime abuana so we affordable school a cheaper kakra. Nipa will be a school because they want to have the college experience. Yes, when the money is there, I fine. But say it's not there, that won't mean yeah. The thing I'll be to say affordable, be a bit me to stay school. I know soon a way. And be a bit me part time, also one kakra, study chess. I know some people when it comes to work and school, that's a minimum ban, yes, sir. But study shows that people that work crime, they have mostly getting good grades. Yeah, Juman cry. And yet a job be enkuno, bet me aboa to was or yeah, Juma kakra. Part time school near cheaper now also one kakra no timid and there apart from that there are a ton of scholarships out there which me apply for near scholarship for a specific school scholarship different scholarships near 5,000 or 1,000 or 2,000 what can you know a bit me aboa and it will help and maybe also or part time kakra or basama time or timia more what can you know what me by taking your retirement at the call yes I money no be no akono and yes smart. But may extend week a cry won't see a car for 1k, even crowd loans. The people draw momuji loans, student plus loan. Now, what they are we for it. We school no qua, one I was utia. I was utia. I've seen so many people that I've talked to and asked me who situation be bria, papa ni fees and I said my parents ni fees are crying also be tia. Was signed plus loan as name plus loan, you're entitled for it when I was a utia. If you're unya crabia or yeah, obi obetumi aboaba wantua a ɛwɔ sɛ wɔna wotua nti no the other means a betumi aboa sɛ meka no wase wo sika kama ɛna waduru no wokɔ no school bi a fine baabi ni hɔ nom a the other ways a betumi avoid so saa nneɛma no nti me and the pay hands just like that to our 401k because don't risk or don't sacrifice your retirement for it. It's a risky thing that you want to obey. When it comes to your retirement is a different game crowd together. I understand say you know be when it comes to our community now. The I can say me cry okay me retirement me Ghana Ghana government mommy your friend saying 1,000 cry manta my bomodin see me dan kakra bi 1,000 you okay but sometimes in any your situation whereby so be current me the plans this of Ghana baby I rare and be be current me na plus that crown you move abroad more certify me wɔ ha ne ade wokɔkora wɔ sɛ ɔba bɛsra wo nananom ne saa nneɛma no sɛ retirement mu nyɛ du saa no a wotumi mma frequent sɛ tuba because akɔyɛ sɛ aban kwa na ade w'ani ato no so a by sɛ nyɛ aban kwa na ade n'ani ato no a wotumi de kakra toto hɔ nom a that a wobɛtumi ne yɛ friend sɛ nananom mmɛngɛ di agorɔ kɔba pɛ sɛ wɔkɔsra wo nuanom just deɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔyɛ no wotumi yɛ Now you say in a way you juma break for that long into bana but not so home here. Also to me enjoy that part no. But so when me afa kakra to ho no and also timi kakra to ho na the bia make an obu an say ATM and I say financial institution we hear loan be a hwe no akotwe. Esa ntimi build it and could drew a friends the compounding interest near the no ulusu. Ulusu that compounding interest near the say money den so obetimi nya more ato ho. Obey you ba obi a enkoye more. Just an hard drink kakra. The next one, say, we making a large purchases. Large purchases. I know, you may be honoma. I have seen that situation. Say, ubi honoma. Person the bar and our parents be one person bar. Wedding. Very very nice, which is very good. If you have the money, but if you're shining in wakwakuyi the 401k. And that's wakuyi in retirement ska. Na odi akwakoye wedding amane ba no te say the make no na actually obe regret nya ne say akra obi wo kra renovations opeso ye woni fie opeso bia ne dada opeso oboso bia kitchen ya de timi ko yi 401k ne de ayesa anyama no I know purchases bia ya ne emu edu etino ya nhwe ya de bia ne touch side no. But the other means abitimi aye na gradual abitimi aye those things which you touch side no ye hwe kra na do also okoto dan kra no akoyi 401k. They have other means good they have other means abitimi aye 401k kakra na de aye. Sometimes any bad, but the thing is ujama no so da ho a na kan so nini now find way abitimi atobo when it comes to house buying and those things na any competition which me atobo which me now down payment kakra na timi de aye so a eno so ye by so kuyi ni na the biana will touch it 401k, will touch your retirement. Money a be home buying a very good, but don't do it in such a way. Say it should be a blessing. My money in your case. If you are a loan, one would share that loan. You are be a one year be a hash panje. If you are the loan 401k loan, no they to fee. To just a loan and son maybe I was a chia or mortgage loan ankasa. Na money be free. Money as a payment, they be an payment. Or sɛ meka nso woyi biribi yɛhwɛ koraa na asɛ bi obi agye yɛfrɛ yɛhwɛ 50,000 wohwɛ 50 borrow 50,000 wode kɔyɛ down payment anaasɛ wode yɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa ebi take bɛ 8 years ansa na watumi afele saa nneɛma no nyinaa. The sad part n sɛ da biara no woyɛ saa de na wolusu that part no wolusu saa good part the compounding growth na ɛba those which you don't want to. When say a dying auto dying, yes, when you equity improve a cost good. But don't rush into doing those things, no. Rather not trouble, then make sure say what the name to two place, what the name to two place are and no more than so be more be two now which are one either 401k so now at the same time another one a two way. A cobasa say they make an if 401k is sɛ wobugya adwuma mehu nipa bebree ɔmagye 401k bi ɔpɛ sɛ ɔgya adwuma wagye bɛyɛ 50,000 otua 10 bia wɔnyɛ gugya bi ɔpɛ sɛ ɔgyae ɔgyae a that money is due nti so wɔntumi antwie a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ hardship right away ɛwɔ sɛ woyi no sorry ɛnyɛ sɛ hardship ɛwɔ sɛ asɛ de wɔyi no a ayi na wobɛtua the penalties ne ade wɔ ho nti a na nyɛ smart sɛ ɛbɛyɛ saa rather no yɛntwɛn sɛ because 50,000 ɛne yɛlusu for 8 years ɛne yɛlusu before sɛ bɛtuatua gu no calculating it's about hundreds of thousands maybe I will lose in compounding growth. After the next one you pay off debt. Had yana mentia CB3 we share my student loan or car loan, credit card payments, your payment, your TV payment, payment no emne sana na afi hwɛ sɛ make an averagely we share 401k here is about 130,000 average ebi was true ebi was for now over 100,000 the whole now for your retirement now all the can be 50,000 easy say over dreams was me kuku na me de be remember say me kobi you're talking of how much I'll be lose for that just that your friends say the compounding growth but rather than also making sure say those things bibia utua ewie see your dream say the problem is the debt. in name say that is not the problem. It is something. The problem is behavior. You know, let me wind this a little bit. Now, I say, oh, what's that debt here? Make one some student loan, or a friend's a car payment, or credit card payment, balances all ways, so other payment. Now, what consolidating in a goods, what consolidating, my biaco loan, now the abitria, no way free home, mona wutia. Study church say people that consolidate no mutia. Acha 3-4 years. They will come back to the same situation again. Why? Because the debt wasn't the issue. The behavior was the issue. And once I consolidate one go through the process, or then back until when change the behavior. It will be was back to that behavior. It was a circle, was the same thing. Remember, when you the ransom no geo the tree in every honor. I was saying as a debt in abuse. It will be rather than the not increase in debt than the debt in the behavior and the problem. The debt is just the symptom. If you're going through this, rather no, so you have to find strategies. There are so many strategies. Debt snowball. We have avalanche. Waiting aboa waiting at the tria, waiting extra, bringing extra money over time, and as it will be increase your income. Can be a fast now with me. I try and wait me a that debt in rather than say you go through the same taking your 401k no obey Bible say or the obesa back to the same thing. Now and apart from that in crown the things I be saying treat your home and son will be do say just a man bibia enya honka bio wadwin na say ukoyi for 1k na watimi di etwetwa ho debt na wafiri ho because yes usually Canada also be to your eyeball what tell coin what tell ho ante man is so hard to be able to do that. These are the 4 things life a 2 year obuhuni a 10 year ni ekwa akohwe for 1k ekira kwan de akoye yo bro open so kasa na obetimi kasa free anom na ansa na wato aso wo kakra be kan fa ho a de na ma yetimi is it okay see be touch e be put into our 401k oh okay yo these are the stuff 2 year one a friend is saying paying off debt. 2 you make sure say your friend is saying losing a job and I say jobs. Okay.
Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, I mean, the TF ni no nyinaa na wɔde ma pa no nkyerɛkyerɛ. Deɛ ɔka no nyinaa no, emu da hɔ pefee. Ade baako a wɔka about sɛ your finance your education with your retirement no is something that is a mistake that people do. One has to analyze it critically, right? Because we nyinaa say ne papa mu a nanka nka ye mai say ubetumi afford anka ye tuom studio na mo. But the point is say to the point and I work and say we won say me ba betua student loans ene me ba kokra na abrewa na me nya sika me di bedidi no emu di ahen important, right? And so enka if in a perfect world ne say ebia ye ba na say ye mai ye diska yi ekọ tuom school fees yi say you do a golden age na say wo mo nso no best step in say ebia me papa de retirement ni tua ye me ma me de retirement into the will help there say wa no wadwen ho na wa size nipa no na afo sesa de a na wo koye de a but say de wo kan de it's a big mistake one wo beka say wo kwa akoyi wo retirement the akwa sa and especially depending on your age as well, right? Abia we age no you're young and I young parent in Abia you have more time to build it up, fine, and that's will be to your goom. But if you are getting close there, then you have to think about it twice. and said the weekend retirement said the Kenya. I forget the last time when I checked even US bankruptcy laws, no. Say obi ofie neska wumne bia or call bankruptcy. There's a chance that the judge can say oh ofie ntino. Ube ye kutimi anase tona ye. But in terms of your retirement, it depends on what type of retirement that is in it. I remember say the last time I checked, don't get me wrong, but if you get me wrong, the bankruptcy judge na can just say unsecured debt, credit cards na etwi afa wo so no. I into the about judge na say yem fan no. Obeka kire say oh wo 401k and our retirement you know, wadwuma mu tu amount no. Call na call withdraw never be credit card for nika.
Never.
They are not going to say that because it's protected when him say you need to live on that money.
Yeah.
And definitely they're going to discharge that unsecured debt. No? And he said, we are not advocating say, oh, we be a but to me, you know, if we have to go the route, you know, attacking your mentor, then it better solve a court. That court will be actual.
Yeah, I feel the same. You know, get you make sure that
bro.
you change jobs.
Hello. Yo, let me say Okon for Besa Oba.
Hello.
Oh.
How?
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Amity.
Hello.
Amity Castle. Won't make us. Hello.
How?
I Casa. Amity.
Enti mebacha meti enti said na make an earlier no. Hello.
Yeah, Casa Amity na say could be wachiri.
Enti said na make an earlier no. Better say also you said the improvement how the system works. Now say you
don't worry about the echo there, Casa.
And he said America na say or see who said the system no operate to her. What you say? Na say bibi ni said said the work no. Young call na your retirement. Young people who say ebi unsecured debt bi a say bi wadwuma say ya na say bibi nti no. Etwi afa wo so no. Oba pepere ho na wakwa akoyi says kana koma credit card for and as unsecured debt for because one money there, one more harasso wa. Yen to me, Emma me kase, yeah, man go cotton coffee. But while personal, you can say retirement, yeah, that did. So the sack boom ne quite. And at all means now, said the work and I'll say a bomb and say, yeah, boy, your retirement to home. Na yamfa yensa enko kana enye den en haye dachi. Nti ene dey very important. Say asiefu nyina no wo mu ebehye ne so na yenkoye bibi saa na yedachi mu no ye ho nkwankwakyiri ni. Nti no kakra meka no.
That's that's that point, especially about the example we make here about bankruptcy type, you know. Yes, very important. See, you say when it comes to our retirement, the government is secure, is protected. You know, maybe I'm saying last time we make about how the same mistakes about equity, equity near the chair credit card. It doesn't really make sense. If Bianca saw the car, morally, would the car also one out here also here. Also share the situation, and something forward dying, and I say, oh, for 401k or retirement and call and could credit card. What did they make channel? Yes, I understand. But critical go na credit card me find some can what your friend saying 401k is this protected. To make sure say say you was a hardship and I was a situation and yes yeah and a calculate for 1K. Please may 401K no hontono purely for retirement. Purely for retirement. Hey, okay.
And I did make kind of quick and say I've realized say this debtors now they are very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Say would your more can be a code delinquent this annual na woman never suggest one or no credit card no on the best suggest say now we need 401K. And you see sometimes no the way they will put it now, if you are not alert and I say already no guide who onyaka ye na no that it just bring the ideas or make me go yidi akutu omuka what you say enti ono no ne interest no wope but ono no onim sa wonim law no ebia wonim law no enti ono de obehunu na obetumi at aha nye yekura ya bem ye nti asese nyame ncha de aha nye yekurum se maso afi ne fie aye bibi a ansa na ye beji se data no kura no se garnishment ne ade a it has to go to court. Na court no nature say
Yes.
ye tro wo kura wa anko lawyer no tro wa wo show up. Na say agi judgment amano. But they cannot just come and touch any of your asset in this country without a judge or a court allowing it to happen. Nti ye bese ye hye unkran na ye ti emre no ma ye ti ni mu ye onwoma ebo ye ho ban. Na oma we say no oma ye nwoma wo ha obie no ho no ma wode ka ma me be chromatis wode ka na kotu jail krom ya never. Yeah, it never happened. Bibia has to go through the court. Nti si ehu sa anwoma na enwoma bi sa na ehunahuna yen na ye mfa yensa nkeka retirement because that is very important. Golden age ni de yempo ye benyin.
Yes, no ne asem no.
Ye benyin enti no very 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 important. See ye nyina no ye bekoso atoto ye nwoma a etisa ama ya anya yi a yenyi mu ana anya yi ena na wo ka bibi kakra no say ene de wo ka for one was but which over cheap bibi in on the student loan na ni pa yante ase say sa student loan ni de eye ka ba ko a enye say wonu ho kohye mu a ana ko san ne ma obi a eye one e ka America hanamo e ka bia wo court na say sebia ahokyere the reason why I keep going reference ni say eka bia wo de bia wo court na ho akye wa bokampa na there's a proof I de bechew na emom so onya akọ san obi student no say twim na wo de ka $1 million unsecured debt judge back the bechew wo de obi student loan $20,000 $30,000 yeah the bankruptcy law in the US doesn't protect it why almost say education is knowledge enti womu hu adokra wo akwaji knowledge na mpese otua ho ka because the knowledge no the idea ni say knowledge na wakwa na wo de ko make sika enti fine wo ho na akire waboka but waboka na we knowledge ndi she utrim
fa ko pesika na betua
fa ko pesika na fa betua ho ka so that even to the even extent say you be shocked say muye mienu wakosan na mobi na say bi manu susimre mu enipa no aye nyame de kora na wo ti ase nti wa we ti asefo no say de wokosan ma na bi on ti ase ana ebi ono wo ye hoho mfiri kromu ha Africa baby o se ekromu afono me de makotena Ghana ana makotena baby a we woko police nkochi no because onko wi ade but wa wuti America hana wo ye adwuma no o se sa student loan utua
unya ne wadwe se wo kore de o se
utua enti kakra meka fa student humini ampacho to aso
yo na mpesa wo ka bibi kakra ma me so wo ye rate ya wo to your friends say amanfo fa wo so to dan ne ade dia na beka fa for 1K ye de to your friend say house dia na wo fa ka ho say in senipa bebre because sometimes no allow my ultimate yes ade no yes bone by dia kakra be na beka fa yɛnua ɔkɔ yɛ ɔba a yɛbɛsa yɛhwɛ yɛ brother baako ɛde ha I'm looking at my 41 I believe say 41k and it states year to date rate of 2%. Yeah, year to date rate of 2%, 2.9, an annual rate of 16. Okay, you better explain it. Bro, the other can say, I send you a month for so a third dying, and I say, we rate our agent to one crofway. Creben Abekan for 1k a year, the third dying.
Medasi. For 1k, the third dying day. Ninja no ejina individual preference, right? And there's a guidelines. There's a mass that they allow you to go. There's a percentage.
First home.
Which, yes, first home. We see no matter amount I will be an federal government guidelines as to the max you can take to buy any kind of first home and your second home. And also they make sure say you are not liquidating the whole and also the terms on it are flexible in that because also the quarter now they look at also in the eyes of retirement say so na to say the worker no you are doing the right thing what to feel a bit me afford it bibia nese in a long term na ho ban faswa you are using part of this retirement to build another extension of your retirement in that depending on your age say if you know to we are and now if you want to 20 years definitely like you said earlier now you are building equity where you are extending your how do you call it your retirement portfolio and so that's the reason why you see say the guidelines now the guidelines for using a portion as a down payment is flexible and the penalty also is low. There's two sides. You can either decide you want to fill it back or you can take it one time with less penalty. But still there is a limited amount that you can withdraw. Unlike say ABR will be able to me say the work as ABR other purpose now, yes, they really hit you with compound interest.
Yeah.
And that is what I would say on the home one. Say they don't allow you to withdraw more than necessary. There's a cap on how much you can withdraw, but that applies to only your first home.
Your first home. Okay. Now may come be about your friends say losing your job now so because these are the things I am hitting MIT issues. Then I'll be able to say will be losing the job and I say will be all changing jobs. You see what we've realized and they say when you lose your job and I say when you change jobs especially for losing job when you change jobs these days how millennials you change job quick maybe a 2 years will be 4,500 at an account for retirement. Once no jai no D no baby no spend 3 years no be 5,000 no D no cost you not 10 years no yes sir the more will lose scan because 4,500 grand no D 25 and Jama and by the time on retires that can price about 240,000 plus. Then you become fat will be mostly change jobs near.
I would say most of the time, and I know the government now said there's a system in place. For one case, like you said earlier, now you can always transfer it, roll it over, right?
Correct.
In that, say we are a Jumama Nana now, who for 1K contribution. The first say we need an age Juma, no Akoya Jumama unless no doesn't mean say or some Jimmy can in a meeting. If unless companies for 1K, banana, will be some for 1K, it says enemy where you 99% of the time, most companies will allow you to transfer your 401k from other way. It is the idea being a young person now, you are going through career. I think most of the time, first 5 to 10 years, young people, it's a time people are using to build their resume, their experience, and it gets to that 10 years threshold now, that's where you see say, people have really settled in. Because at that time, no experience, right? Okay, so see when you adwuma me pay any saa anwuma no. And in that case, now advice the be me nyina ho say all the small 401k a year we year na keep transferring them to the other company. And yes, na like the other day you talk about now, you can put in a rough area because so far as I said, won't cash in, it's not due for taxes.
Yep.
Right? And you can open a rough area. So yes, we move now. Okay, from this company, we move to Tiagum. And the same, you are still getting the benefit of rough air building equity. But at the same time now, you are also pushing the tax, we know arbitrary and because what who push out actually and we hit retirement. So remember I said the your tax a
Kofum. Yeah.
A kofum, right? Instead of Uber cashing and answer say we need job now, put it in a rough and then it's there waiting for you. And so I think say that is what I'll say. Don't say oh me hunchre me ano me ko na makwa ko yusu say sika no na madi na maye no and it a good idea. And like we once said something, it's always resonate with, I think all of us say, your retirement money are not your emergency fund, right? Into we are jumana kakran na what think kakra. Area selo say what $1,000 now could you $1 and $1,000. What am I where am I trying to say? Obo no ma why now is a savings and answer retirement funds are can and answer emergency fund just me make it and sign of it to me as a visitor. No. And set ya when you are pay. And it's a me $10 na minya. Yes, me $10 na me ko save you. That means that my expenditure is based on me $10. So I should be able to save me $10 in the emergency fund in my $10. Obi on also make it $20 now. That order. And whatever job you and I find ourselves now, it is the same job. We can also lead our life, manage it to begin to save something. So the bear, in a case where we are doing transition during the job, and I said, if the temporary layoff, let's say money and more severance, and also say, hey, whatever, depend on the circumstance. You were laid off. You probably can also qualify for unemployment, right? Let's
MC, you lose your brother.
your woman, so as you knew, man. But you said the other call unemployment. You say because unemployment, me person me do obi figure na ba and me find ma.
Yes,
no, it's never true. It's unemployment. Why you you've earned it. And it's a circumstance you would say your fault on there. You go in there and then stage of it till you pick on a new job. I think they pay you either 60% or 70% of whatever you were making prior to losing the job. And you might be we have to take advantage and not just
dipping our hands into those 401ks.
The 401k in your manoma MY. Meanwhile, no, you may be on my or for me, but Abano, one could you know me for so. I think say and also soon the idea of say the and like you always say now, it's not one side fit all. There are some people who are maybe their situation, and our circumstances now, they don't have a choice, but sir, the sum of 401k now will judge man also use and they not use and also use. But if you have the means and the luxury not to touch there, then like you're saying now, you more than say bear avoid it. Sir, and you're my titisano, Manuel Sinana.
That's it. Yo, MC, and yeah, no quite send no kind of cry no. Say young share young ones are Muslim are and your mukwan the tell you, but more change up some which are the young your friends saying professionals almost by now almost started for. You see, when you look at from 25 to 35, that's the time I'll be thinking even more. We don't want to the more too, even though that time no me experience, it be a scar and also. There 10 years time and son is and so now that time, that era, it comes with a different problems. That time maybe our worry won't quarantine. Even if you're making more crana, that time we say, Yana, what class will be the more too. At 25, nay, 23, 24, 30 no. Saa 4,005 na ade tutum na wochange jams ne jama no tum a wo na ano na time na nyɛma life no bebree a wontumi koraa mfa bebree nto hɔ no wo sɛ no still a compounded growth ɛboa ma no yɛ nti ɛno so yɛ bi ɛbɛyɛ yi yo yɛnua baako ma yɛ question bi Emmanuel from Pon ɔsɛ ɛm sɛ wɔhwɛ no 401k na wɔhwɛ no ɔho sɛ say year YTD rate of return no 2.91 and annual rate of return which is 16.16%. Opposite explaining na ubia because YTD year to date in terms of just 401k no year to date no return 2.9%. Almost 3% year to date no. By overall no, I'm saying you'll be making 16.16%. That's the yearly no. But up to date no, January, February no, the percentage which is year to date, and only a YTD no, and the returns now for the year no, the annual returns you'll be making no is 16 point. Bema, I have for no more. Me try get it there because 16.16 here, and yes more. You are killing it. 16.16 here, 16%, and yes more. Averagely, it's about 10%. So you are killing it. Yeah, you are doing very good on that side. I don't know, maybe your friends will call for anyway. So the whole question was also Ocean for 1Q who say return year to day return was 2.9 and annual return is 16.16. Okay, explanation kakran. Yo, eti yantua we no so. Na yehwe sene life nneɛma ɛto yɛn life event ɛto yɛn ɛma yɛtumi ɛde into your 401k. We say bɛyɛ dɛn yɛtumi sɛ because sometimes no ɛyɛ na yɛ opposition bi a wohwɛ a woyɛ ɔho hwee kora ɛnyɛ yie, right? Eti no te sɛ deɛ yɛnua kaeɛ no ɛduru any option bi a na ɛsɛ sɛ ɔde wo nsa deep mu ɛyɛ na ɛden but me believe sɛ sometimes no nneɛma bebree hɔ nom a yɛstarte sɛ yɛ no kakra ɛti anaasɛ bi a ɛyɛ na yɛnim so sɛ yɛhu so a ɛma nneɛma tumi change nti yɛhwɛ kwan yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛtumi ayi yɛn nsa afiri yɛ 401k ho because yɛhu bebree sɛ sɛ yɛstarte abrabɔ no a sɛ bia wastarte sɛ woyɛ adwuma no sɛ wogu awie school foforɔ wastarte ɛnyɛ school koraa na akɔyɛ wɔ trade kakra bi na wastarte na wostarte sɛ woyɛ adwuma no adeɛ a usually no yɛ na beginning na yɛrɔde yourself with so many things a yɛ ne yɛdwen sɛ saa na asɛ asikafoɔ ɛlive nti no yɛso yɛpɛ sɛ yɛlive saa life no bi ebi ne sɛ wohwɛ a yɛkɔ school kakra wie na Mami, give a shout out to Veronica and Yaboa and your friends Ampofo. Thanks for joining in. Yimaso, thanks for joining and also your question. Please, what questions we are about 401k? I'll be to me. Any financial issue be will be to me at the my way. And to Claudia, thanks for joining in. For our question too. Bye. So you reward yourself with those things. Now, if you say, until the who say, be a school for fruby, na yakobo your nursing degree, papa be nearby, hey, na ya G a car, and they said, that's when I say, Bibi Kakabukani, I am my year, if it na near Kojika, G car, near a year payment. They are making about the mentality of the poor. The poor person to be if say how much do I pay a month? the mentality of the rich, the whole thing, how much does it cost? Say na me twi a month, me ye adwuma say ma me 5,000 a month na me de be fee. Na e ka kyerɛ sɛ me car payment be 500. Oh, okay, say me ye kura ka 4,005. The ref say the rent ho. And the ref say e bi kura na ye cost e student loan na kɔ. You know, a student loan so e bi atwa be average loan be about 350. Nti already no infant say be 850 free 5,000 already. You know, your credit cards average atwa be 300. Almost be if I say 1,001 a quarter. Your rent nyama, your groceries nyama, car na you tua so gas I be kwa juma back and forth. Ni nyama. But we say your mentality is say oh send a between a month. Every no ya kwaji ebi apartment, we chi apartment na ebi averagely no a tua be 1,500. You know, it's now we say a kwa no. Mostly crab be about 2,000 because most people don't pay more than that. They yeah, me kwakoto TV. The mama call him be okay. Say me $40 a month. Correct the center near Koji BB and I be $80. It's how much a month no. But no wajiji ni amank tinki sa na aye be bree. Enti obehuna ye 5,000 na ye de be fie no. Na ensoyen. Enti bo han sa fie ne be dru point bi no. Na uyo bi so a obi o se eja o sa pe se life kakra ne ade a ni shoes ne niam obesa ato ne sa ne manya na ekugu credit card no so the average of credit card of bia infrastructure be 300 crore already no right from the school no na abu hu akwa kudu point bia utua bia be 600 700 a month na ubo se eko sa nti no instead of say be so ano wo ho na ye nso nyame adom ye yere ho ye adwuma nti ska so ba go ni kra improve ye ho kakra nti bi sika no so ekosoro kakra nti bo na afi bi de be 4,000 your friends be 6 7,000 e be fi unim ye krom buy a house na ye de akwakoto so ye the house abeka ho nti bo si bi be jump ye from bi 2,000 to bi 3,000 nti bo be dru ho na afi ye tight your groceries my ye car payment this animal by the time you put your animal in you know and because of the way you see thinking no emergency fund e bra credit ho asem ya ye mfa bi nto ho obi office also kukuru emergency fund no we say you nya be 30,000 sweet no dey ato ho no with the 500 na abu 1 year 6,000 the following year 12,000 the following year na 18,000 we na 3 years wa build ye nya sa ne mani na nti na build kakra na de ba kwa ya na ya kra ne say and people you can relate to this sa ne mani building na no you know what is going on we know say ade we na ekoso na de na ya kra wo me nua no ma Christopher ho especially I say you know ade ekoso so ye twen say as a miracle BBC na etime yi sa de na free ho no you know sometimes yana is so me who say the mesia I make this a say obi timi fro no no di nkomo bia nana say Patrick me wo issue bi o ha no say o be 10 years ago na me gi bia loan bi na loan na me gi no bia say the me person ke obi nyanka emfiri as magic na emfiri ho no and it doesn't go away you have to pay your strategies are bitimi dey twa it is as ye twen na sanema na bobba no it is true stage bi a ye hwe nye it imagine yes at least no the kakra go no 401k most no the kakra ne no oye 401k because at least be oje na match at about 5 years near na fe no e ka no e dru ba bi enye yi ote no ho ante but at the same time so life should go on right ote ho ante payment in the doors it be one say then you the PNSA into the 401k most of the time no sana ya neti ebi we money west the man cry west and say within 3-4 years now you student loan car loan you other loans there because average American pays almost 2,000 outside your friend is saying and the mortgage these are things that you bit me avoid car loans and all those things in almost 2,000 to say oba free ha be free ha the same thing you be boom boom both say usually couples try the move bubble boom na yes na music same to 2 years we be can free ban you can boom na afia maka na doso afi bu safi cry ye ho tie you see we make a lot of money it be make 80 100 150 120 but we can't sometimes we can't even pay for for food because now as an acquire paycheck to paycheck scanning naba we hear juma all right yes on hear juma scan ba e be to accounts mana bi be say carry for bia hwe ani nako it uji by week magine the next day Friday magiska Tuesday next canasa now I'm waiting for the next paycheck but also sika you make it shouldn't be that way all because of this mismanagement of our money yes say simple and I say sɛ ne misi ka no sɛdeɛ asɛ ɛyɛ obi fault anaasɛ ɛnhyɛ da ɛnyɛ wo fault but what it is the system is built in such a way say as a you're building for the financial to favor the financial institution. It's not your fault, but it's your right to manage your staff way and get out of those things now. Say be ya intimi out, say be nya no. It one nya part that's a account there na account. It will be una 401k account be retire na feel don't say come. See the process na account ye ja to wasa na e decide na eba. It you make sure say ebetimi get yourself who team say now was a situation say payment be a we starting from student loan all the way to inkonya loan TV loan the best thing is you will get out of those ones sometimes it's hold on for a second I'm so be the question your mama share Papa, thanks for joining, Papa, your friends or my carry or can't your friends say, can say 2.9 or 2.9 or sit down do discourage. Say between I say, I feel that year and I started a time down crazy and I'm market and I cut down suddenly, in your ministry, said they kind up to now. Absolutely doing well with your annual return of 16.5, 16%. Yeah, he is kicking it. I was saying, make sure I'm some media question maybe I was because 16 yeah, bad. You're doing very good. 6 to 4, yeah. Thank you for your control. Thank you so much. You've always, anytime I'll be sure I'll be my advice. I like that. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So, you're making sure say, sa nyamana, your friend say, the biana, your friend say car MPCB free home. You see the funny thing about when it goes to this the BMA your kwan say we share the situation a bua you woman. We share a car a bia you did. Look at car payment, not interest also. Look at student loan. Student loan crowd ya na man phone money ko buy a west crowd with me for 10 years. Now we make any impact. Na baby journey be crowd be abeka. Baya na man phone shock because a hona say umfisi and sheda and ye kekre. A serious. I mean, so many people they've paid so many 10 years. Need baby journey jina. Tia amount for one checking student loan the way I see. Imagine say with all this debt, not still you invest it. Yana funny if you see so smart. Look, say the cabin not still invest it, which is good. Investing is very good. Look at it this way. I say utu yede cement abo now fro utu make for people. You might get there, but look at the stress. Now teshe, now sorry, now jinaho, now home, now just say bread go back and forth. Say what if say bread na frag because cement na bo so. Because the interest na good sa nyama na so. E mom say bia wo je so emphasize wo tua credit cards bear 20,000 na wo tua ho interest, which is about average a year is about bear 24% now. Now we invest now 10%. No, you are losing completely. But imagine say what me tenase be 15 minutes and now the 1 hour cry now two na timi cement ni free wachi Omo twem ko omo kuta cement na omo ko omo koja on kra obo so obesan omo boko na wo san omo so a eno no kwa a peaceful way, no struggling, freedom, peace na wo de ko boko because wonni baggage bia wo chi akyekyere wo. So what mention it na so wo ko boko step after step boko na wo hutimi humi ye won how hunt na baby say my bread do. I know, yeah, sometimes if you say it's smart too much, but look at this illustration I'm using. You know, illustration. Yeah, bro, person kasa yeah no one my way no abem. Why? Look at this illustration I'm using. So, say me cement bowechi now for people. Now, yes, ubekwa kuduru, you know, but the stress, not tiredness, you know, now bread is so. It you know, my advice, the America say there was a situation musa payment be na. Take your time, relax. They try so be reduce that debt no. Especially maybe interest rate in crash so no. But me reduce those things no. You know, I'm not talking of mortgage. Mortgage the idea it will be it baso. You know, but those ones now consumer debt especially we try to reduce those things in free honoma. Now we invest there because people will invest here, we invest 4%, 5%. We couldn't mean catch it there. Your friend is saying the match near the more money now because say omo de ka bebree nti o ka sɛ invest mo a sika ba bedi ne nsɛm no ntumi ntua ne bills na yie but sɛ wotumi clear those things nyinaa remember sɛ saa sika nyinaa it stays with you. It's not ɛnyɛ te sɛ first na ɛtɔ wɔ accounts maa na ne nyinaa kɔ no bio. So imagine say we make 5,000 na wode 5,000 na ba fie na wotuatua nneɛma nyinaa 3,000 na 2,000 kuta wo. You know how much wobɛtumi ayɛ. Wobɛtumi de invest baabi a ɛbɛtumi de waduru. Ultimate turbo 2 years, 3 years. Now turbo not to make clear we are that debt we are. Now we to invest more than 15%, 50% or more into your retirement. See, so if we make it 30,000 and now we emphasize 30,000 now we invest 15% of your income, 15% of your gross, which is about 4,500, right? 4,500, which is about baby, if I say 4,500, it's about 4 something, 4,500. Say 4,500 now invested every year, right? If you 30,000, that's we invest 50% krana. Yes, about 4,500, which is about your friends 370, you know, 370, 375 a month. We invested 375 a month. I can guarantee you make more than 500,000, even if so would be 40 years and I would be 30 years to be fancy to the time I will retire. We off my head, it could be more or less, but it's going to be around that side. So it you try now we can say even if you make 30,000 krana and that's what me you who can every one to me reduce as much as you can say more money be still now you can invest more. What did I mention? Yeah, cost will be because we make it 100,000, we make it with the emphasis make it 30,000. That's it, me invest 15%. You will even more. As a matter of fact, I mean check it class say invest 15% of emphasis 30,000, which is 375. 375 a month with the rate of your friend saying rate of 10%, right? Near D 7 D 30 krana. By the time I in the in fact 65 now, you know, more money, you know. If I say 10%, okay, 375. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's about 900,000. 375 a month for from period of emphasis 30 for 31 years. No, the thing is say the man who is nipa be an efficient smart and I will share the rate and yamasi corner. We don't need too much to build a good. You make more money, very good, right? All things being equal, if you make more money, you can save more. But great who say more making more money in the crown usually because save. Say, who make it cry? Not say, if you live financially right, as time goes on, as you saving, as you continue to put money away, gradually, you get there. You get there. I will say it again, personal finance is different. It's not one fit all. Once I would 375 to a month, no will be the be 600, depending on senior no make it. It be on over hit million mark in term. But also, kakra also be drew on. Yeah, me and yes, smart too much. Not be a car. We don't ask questions too. You buy a you be loan for car and tis you me car near loan. Near the Kotobi. Yeah, because there was a study that came out. They say amanfo si dream for people that are winning with money. Amanfo dream for people are make their make people that are millionaire net worth, because a net worth yes fiscal cash of a million by idea now combined to a million. People that are doing that. The other side not a dream say they leverage their way through that. But study shows say it's never true. A consistent saving and paying off their house. Most of them will use two vehicles pay, and they already do that status. No, one using employees retirement fund 401k or your friend saying for Roth 401ks and the IRAs and the Roth and all that. And one, any equities a woman fee tries to pay home off. And these people spend a period of averagely, go normal, nye gidigi no. Within period of 20, friends, a period of 14 years to 15 years, no more, 11 to 15, no more years serious doing extra to get within 9 years, they paid off their home and with more money and their retirement, no, they hit a millionaire status. No, I know so there are questions out there these days. Is the American dream is still um valid and now is still there now? Yes, it is. But now depend on saying you see who nyama. You see the lens I would be who any depend because if you say yeah or make it 30,000 to me, there's no way I'll be to making it that. But if you live within your means, you'll be to me means because there are so many things that do right. Or house or rent. Yes, or rent shouldn't be more than 25% of your take home pay. Maybe 6,000 every year. Anytime you rent here more than 1,500. Yes, I know. Hey, me to Northern Virginia, me to New York, me to California. You see, numbers no empower. Numbers is the same. You see, when they drew dear, let the facts, should be your friend. Yes, I know it's hot, but you have to manage. That means if you want something, that means maybe you can't live there anymore. Maybe you go outside the city to be able to afford those things. If you live within what you make, yes, you'll be able to achieve those things. And I know sometimes you have to sacrifice for a period to be able to do those things. You might be able to sacrifice here and forever, maybe 2-3 years. You have to work hard. You have to bring in more income to be able to get to a point where yes, I will say it again. The American dream is possible if you take your hands off your 401k, because if you are consistently saving your 401k, not near to 2 years, you have your emergency fund. Now, nyama bebree, we adwuma scan about you can do so many things with them. You see, there's a study also that was shown about how people that like I said, winning with money. These people, about 94% study shows that they still live within their means. They don't spend more than your friend is saying, what they bring in. Even though some will be able to spend data income, look, 94%. And guess what it is they do? They still use coupons. They still use coupons when they are shopping for groceries. They still use coupons. They are, millionaires, but they still use coupons. The first say your dream says millionaires, they are millionaires, recent Bentleys in their garages and all that. It's not true. Average American average millionaire, hey, your friend is saying. Your friend saying, no new cars, used cars, slightly used cars. are dependable, right? Range from about 30,000 to about 20 to 30,000. But if you so you you say, they say, and I say, and you just every day be a lobsters near, and just an average millionaire spend $200 a month or restaurant a month, but that's how we think. It's is they are there for a reason. They sacrifice and are consistently saving, consistently, saving gradually. So they didn't wait say almost train they are making 100,000 answer. The part cry a year may you want to cry it about 60%, 63%. They've never made a friend is saying 6 figures in their lifetime. Almost ultimately gradually save, ultimately you drew that side now. So it's just and when you start looking at them, so they live within maybe a sanity. The BIA areas yet in now, only baby. It's true, a bit near them, but without a sacrifice, without us sacrificing, your friend saying delaying stuff, most of us near pay gratification. We can't delay gratification, without delaying those things. No, you can't get there. A man is so hard. So a bit me drew on. We want the nicest thing. Buy any you can buy those things, but what you point be a bit me at all. Because what is not the biano the night on iPhone buy also cheap minister credit. So if you can't buy cash, you can't afford it. Meanwhile, to within 2-3 months, wait me to no akoto. So better no to credit so now we share interest. Now we are saying interest here saying, but say abu nema for we are saying sa abu na interest no na de where the work. Meanwhile to that be and keep it me save one aboyen. A bit me save ya to your retirement mama na could be. See there was a time yeah a discussion be about even mortgage, how to pay off down your mortgage. You who say saving lunch now we use your friends every day now they would to lunch $10 and I would do a drink and a call yeah 5 days $50 $200 a month. That's what satisfies the total mortgage. It was knocking about 3 years off your mortgage, depending on the size of the mortgage. Averaging, it was knocking about 3 years. It is a ultimate save and cry for so many years. Now ultimate save it will be and reduce so many even knocking 3 years off your mortgage, the interest you are saving and your interest get what. So all those things in habit may happen, but not whereby say you are not sacrificing. In Jamaica, some people don't need to sacrifice because the people that we have to sacrifice, the people now already yajiji loans, yajiji credit cards, yajiji money now. You have to be able to reduce those debts. To reduce those debts, either you bring in more income or you have to delay gratifications. You have to stick with a budget. With your budget in your city, then you have to separate the wants from the needs. And you might be on my wants and your needs. The needs are the things that prana you survive in a day. But we don't do that. All the Ibinyans say, saying Yakoji, we are saying Yakoji. I can guarantee you, hey, will be because or toka na or tunubu atoka. The now for crabestrin. And I'll take out you go toka who here, connefa, your more interest, never. So, but steady trace, I dear baku kunye pa a car. And it taking most of our money away. A car. Because remember, we a dime through our next expensive item, a car. Now here the interest near there was what. These days I was just checking and you say about 13% of the population pay more than 1,000 on a car. Why? $1,000 on a car. 13% of the population pay $1,000. Averagely, people are paying $750 on a car. New car, used car is about $650. So, and steady say average American pays car payment from 25 to 65, 40 years. Imagine say we pay 600 for 40 years. Naka we say Ghana. So what we have to do is we have to start delaying gratification a little bit. And all these things now for a season. Say if with the car, or signing money nana for a season. Give yourself 2-3 years. We have strategies. I'll be to me, you bit me bring it those things down. It's the first now you say making sure say we are giving every dollar a name. That is you make a plan for our lives. Oh, no, I would say Mekwe Juma, Mabefie, Mabidi Mada. Weekend maybe I'm a BB party be an invitation. I'm a call my that Sunday, my sorry, not sa routine. And I was also me to come to now. Once sit down planning for your life, now if you're winning with money, people that you see that are winning with money, map things out. Map things, aka budgeting, more budgeting, making sure every dollar is given a name. Every dollar is given a name. So we start from there. So much in situation where until the be a for 1 year. You ain't changing that situation, you ain't changing that narrative. No, you ain't start to see a better budget now. Boy, now you give every dollar a name. Every dollar, zero budget. You make it sure say because we just one crowd to one ma will be using anyhow. So you make it sure say money na we are. You make it sure say you reduce your debt to the American. You reduce your man form. Conform to a point say you say yes you sika no eba ye ho na eba e meto ensem na enko e meto ensem na enko we have to pay for things bibi e wosi hia yentu ye boni asave akoto se car ni hia e betimi asave this nothing say was to a dream car right away. You can move up all the time. You can move up, betimi move up all the time. You pay for na afi ya make sure say ya pay bibi etu yechi because na yɛ nananom yɛ papa mu de bi ɔmo ka kyerɛ sɛ kɔde onye sika fa bi tu hɔ onye sika nsuo twɛn ɔpɛ ɛyɛ the same thing sɛ wɔn onye sika no wɔmfa bi anto hɔ no na sɛ bibi si a deɛ na abɛyɛ. Average American go through a period of hardship and emergency within 10 years at least 2 or 3 times we go through something like that. Sɛ bibi sɛ ɛsɛ sika no ɔyɛ dɛ then adwuma wɔyɛ nyinaa sɛ wo try so betumi put two finances together. You have to go back and borrow. Borrow and what's the one you see, borrow now na fair start bi. It is said beya yen ko back the be borrow no. The best way is a bit me and say yemfa bibin to yechi. The rule of thumb they say bit me 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. The living expenses any and they say it's the 5,000 na me show me fee a month. Yeah, that 5,000 3 to 6 months, depending on my working situation. Until me here be a 15 to 30,000. I mean, they are too much. Imagine saying 15 to 30,000. I have control over my money. Now I'm a budget. I know everywhere my money is going. Right? You get me budget now my debt is reduced all the way to a point where now I need debt be apart from my mortgage. Now me what 30,000 net damage here. That's I'm more flat here. Inconvenience. It's not emergency anymore because I can easily afford it. $1,000. I need to make sure. Gosh, yes, it hurts. But any emergency. So when emergency, especially when student loan, now any emergency, what's a salami, a budget, spare bedroom, no, or hit you to see back and forth. Passa. When emergency, BBC, na a change your situation. When I'm now car more flat from that emergency, so kufia akrakra branch akra na opera na toche. Yes, a bit may possible, but we have to go through this. So we have to map up those things. So we're mapping up now. We'll go back and forth. Side a bear has until emergency 2 years. At this point, see retirement near 4%, 6% near there. You get me bumping up because remember. Then you be a cat. This can be brave by ho. Is it can be brave a kayen now no not first is kaba emidri and some crown echo and to sabi now be brave a kayo. It be to me I start to say ye bumpy investment now. Ye bumpy me up. Now fee 15% and your bad now bumping up. Now that time no and that bit me I start to say udi ska so to toho among crown. Oh yeah, a friend saying student loan who say who be for sorry student if it's a 5 to 9 or whatever for college fund now we man. I understand so be almost who they be or start here no way. Yes, it's good. You see, one who say it's not playing my catch say um sɛ biribi si a ɛmfa wo sɛ yɛ ɔbɔ ne nsɛm ɛwɔ sɛ wodi kan protect wo ho ansa na look for it because woanyɛ saa na wotry sɛ biribi asi plane mu na biribi aba na ayɛ gididi na wostarte sɛ wohwehwɛ ɔba no ansa na woaprotect wo ho a wobɛhu sɛ woakɔtaa dan no ho baabi na ɔba no ɛrehwɛ wo na sɛ mo mmienu nyinaa montumi mmoa mo ho so ɛwɔ sɛ wo protect wo ho first especially because nim sɛ adeɛ baako yɛ nim sɛ for retirement deɛ woyɛ dɛn bɛba nyinaa yɛbɛ retire but school deɛ yɛnim sɛ akwaraa no korɔ ɔbɛkɔ anaasɛ wɔnkɔ anaasɛ obinya scholarships anaasɛ wonya scholarships yes ɛno nkyɛ sɛ manyɛ ma no but wo sɛ wo protect wo ho na even koraa wonyɛ saa nkora ma wokora woyere ho tumi protect wo ho no wayɛ quick watumi akɔyɛ wei you know you are not when a bad parent say what be a time when you say with the steps now for say when you say you know because most of the time crab will crown I need you or maybe with our situation crab it me cash flow more you make sure say emergency the baby boko here student loan amount crown now every time as you are bumping it up so we repeated this over and over and over for 10 years I can guarantee you that you'll be moving forward towards the dream now open. The dream now open. And after doing all this now, extra baswa, now you can do other investment if you want. Most people do a crowd mode to say they make and the people that I was talking about, what they do is they just dump that into their mortgages. You know, they dump that into their mortgages. I know some financial institutions will work as a financial advisors will work as a no. Mortgage 2.5. Uko invest here, we 10%, 8%, I don't know, yes, sir. Yes, numbers need the extra say you're right, but sometimes the peace I want when your mortgage is paid off now, you can't quantify that, right? Yes, it's true. When the numbers is going to win all the time when it comes to that, but sometimes it's not about the numbers, it's about peace because say, when you're going into a business, your thinking is different. So when do you is different. That's when Utimika say, hey, me idea. Say then you say $10. Utimika say, $4. Upaje upabenje. Busa ukwani asafro na saiba. But so you be kakra na. Uniska more. Untimi enye sa nyamani na. Yeah, make a be numbers. And you're right. And you're right when it comes to that because no brainer. The mortgage 2.5. Investors can be between mortgage na ebi amenya 8%. Yes, but the peace, there's different situation when you don't have mortgage, different situation when you don't owe anybody. So you can tap that in, or you can use that to invest again. That is fine. Me, fine, but me, I would choose that one because I want that peace, right? But in fine, with the go so the invest here, fine. Now you have more buffer. Now we scatter with you. It's imagine say the process now make and if you go through all this process, any speed, any competition, you will be in all corner said your corner boko, right? But you move be high and yes sad because you want to please people. Hey, your home son say was here to die need the mechanic to die because you be a to die. Hey, your home son car na was here to near koto because of the super say yes on any on one. You know, all these things will be beat me here, but in answer so time then soon ya may how be brave because how a dear so better sign money be GF friends and say one talk so it yes, those things now still there. I know sometimes these days I'm for mention skakesi make 150 kura na intimi nyahwe make 100 120 100 intimi nyahwe say middle classes just 120 and your no when yes say any of you when say it can be too much to your eyebrow ultimately nyahwe but imagine say so about 100,000 na woji and even 50,000 crana na won sheda ni obi aka it change bibia it change situation bia ema de bia so yi ensa free your 401ks ye nse free ho. Because small things that you go through when you take it for 1K, the interest get to also the penalty, the way signing money now, stress kwa. As any money bit me avoid if you are putting things right. You know, I know some people are mindful of movie say personal finance okay ma enhye na enye gidigidi saa ye ne ma ne hu enye hu saa ni say ube mappy now I try now we live on now we get distracted from so many things, you know, not distracted from say hey we aba need me crypto need me can in area akoye yeah make say crypto yet but it hasn't proven anything yet. Oh, invest for your retirement. We invest will be a proven record. Be say yes for the past 100 years in the stock exchange yes yeah. The 401k so when you invest in, you know, crypto in yanti I know say it's not going anywhere. And then you say but I'm not going to put all my retirement send me the crypto. In the na senior never crazy. You know, you stock exchange na form say boom. It's about back. In 2008, baby, a toy, all the way to be 4,000. Now it's 34,000, 39,000. A hit take over 40. You know, you're making sure say there are some things I mean follow. Things do when you see a high who could just follow the system and the processor. A bit me abua, ama yetimidi amount to 2 years. One, you make sure say the mapping yama ye. You make sure say you reduce your debt. It will be a 2 year chi. You know, am go back to debt mubium. At the same time, no, ye bibi so 2 months crown for school. Now you're bumping up your retirement. It means very substantial too. Hey, then go back 4%, 3%, no, but at least be 15% more you do. Like a cray that to subia. Now, say, you see a mortgage free on my bit me year free because say mortgage 2,000 a year mortgage free. After all, that 2,000 bit me a co-investment. And as I say, other investment bit me a 7 year there, yeah, that's okay. It means ni view I did back when my urine fee. Now, I say, you make sure say you big give generously because it's very important we do that. I don't want you to miss that part. Especially, I don't just say time I go through this process now we don't give. We give, but at this point, no, say a mortgage being 8 year 2 year, say in near to 2 year, or say money you're putting it to a different level, you know, because when you see people that are giving, continue to give, it's not like they have the money to give. No. They have the money because they were giving and they continue to give. Because one time now because somebody will say no. Any and I'm saying I can't explain it to you, but you say people that give no, they have peace. Because and BM said there was a state that came out say your friend say giving and generosity is people that are generous now very happy people, right? Yeah, that means a ebua. Yeah, yes, they are very happy people. No, ultimately at that point, no, giving is also good, and giving is part of the process of being wealthy. It's a good. To me, I miss that part too. Nyama bebree you go through the process you go through. See, but try to be the scam. You be this money one security and freedom. And at the same time, to be able to help, family members, our loved ones when they are in that situation. And family members, help they need it too. So at this point, that's a name to give and say they make an interest. You go through that process now. You give, but when name to 2 years you do it more. Woman to the different level now and more. So these are the process I mean if you say between abuami a year and every for 1K so and ye giddy be say you move how you try if you say finance was say you're complicated and sana papa and yes and it's we show more winning now even yama chrome is very boring, we giddy most of the time I crack lose you know people that omomo shada nya hwe kra de bia with kakra no de gu no for 1K not in baby bu hu ana scan do 1,500,000 na ama bibia koso kama. So I think say the 401K ni bit me and say from one whereby say you plan your niam yi you emergency fund at all na you reduce your debt na you invest these are the process I meet me bro so bibi can bit me account for na and say time no connect the ato. So you be so metimi ato aso. Okay. Yo. Eti yɛhwɛ affirmation of the week. Obi o questions bi obetimi the ato na yɛhwɛ questions. Question bi wɔ hɔ affirmation of the day for the week. You're saying I'm worthy of receiving good things and of accomplishing my goals in life. Yes, I'm worthy of receiving good things and of accomplishing my goals in life. So that's affirmation of the day. Yo, bro, who will be kafa ho na yen wrap up?
I think you said it all. You said it all and well said. So I think that it's just a matter of us being disciplined, as you said it on this platform several times, and I agree with you. Now, yet to me, atutu yedwama yie, because in terms of retirement, said the work and there, here, and as we are also talking about retirement, so I think it's a you talk about 401k any tomato. So 401k, and apart from 401k, I think maybe there might be another forum, other type of investments where a bit to me abua maybe we can discuss in terms of. I know say you were just making reference before 1k before I talk stocks ni but I think that there are variable ones more also a year individual, because for 1k now there are a lot of people who are of course when a dream more match right, and I be a more match in ABR just a minute number and maybe obey the kakrabe to her, and as I say on one also prepare other means of investment and also can also generate income for them when they are old. So I think that there will be another forum, or maybe we can discuss
talk about in general, not just the 401ks.
Yes, just
anything
401k,
that can help.
Yes, because 401k is good, but sometimes there are other investment, because this 401k is now fine. So you know match there any at all cost. Match there, then it's at all cost, Well then would it also the two and right? But talking about other retirement assets,
even properties near the cry. I'm for team so your retirement near
but not even that. Talking about just money in this animal. I think there were more money for 1k near there. There are other if you call referral near there, they are good. They are, but sometimes diversify your portfolio helps, right? Because some of this, if it's not company one going to invest there, just because there's a match in it. Companies on no more woman in Wall Street no could trade, and woman the momo for normally trading, and they give a percentage. What the maintenance. So if it's going to be people who are going to do rofa and this for retirement now, then there are other opportunities for. I know that now there's a lot of millennials who are exposed to the stock market directly, but there are a quite amount of people who are they talk about it, but they don't know what to buy, right? And so knowing what to buy, like typical example, like when we know that 2022 the market went down, but just 2023 people thought that the market was going to continue to go down, but a lot of people were bullish on it, and there are certain products say like typical example like this chip company Nvidia, right? Nvidia at last year January, by this time Nvidia was trading like $110, $120, $30, and I mean look, I said Nvidia is trading $800 a stock. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So Those are some of the things I think that people have to do a lot of research. And like I say, not put all their eggs in one basket.
In one basket.
And when I tell people, say, even going to invest in this marketer, just buy the things you know. The things you know, and they say, who thought you stock and the things you know. When you say Casco was stock. Wouldn't name crack. I say, talk Casco stock. Casco is not going to go down. Oko to Home Depot. When you say Home Depot is existing, there's no way because Home Depot is wiped from F. And I think that there are a lot of how do you call it, retirement assets that are out there. We can find time, but people can invest in it. The dividend is amazing. And the American animal, like you say, American animal particular. Where apart from this retirement, yes, also there are two things that are driving wealth in this country. That if you are not two main things, if you are not a nator, then you are behind. Not because I'm a realtor, real estate is one of it. New York stock market is one of it, and that's the reason why our Caucasian counterparts, they are selling. They are selling. And when you are going to invest, and like I'm saying, those kind of things, what do you know what to argue? What it $10, $20 now they are $10. She said, yeah, I said, piggy a year, coin money, they are 2 on the moon. Now they are putting two. Before I realize this thing is going to just blow out. And you time the market. If you hear say, hey, the market is reduced now, you can quickly go in. You are not tied to anything. You can quickly go in, go sell it all, and then put your money on the side. Wait, if you can always go back. And now, what the $1,000 in the quarter, you want to say, I did not rise it to $2,000. What do? We take you 1,000 or capital, now they are 20. So even if it's dropping now, you are not losing your capital. There are other good form of, I think, say, retirement investment out there. I think, say, people can begin to invest in it. If you don't know how to do some of this, there are money managers. They just guide you to way. One our manager they guide you, but they have a little fee. The way to way. And before I realize, a group baby brave. It is a typical example like Tesla. Tesla, when you go Google back where Tesla started that, you'll be amazed. And even though Tesla, I go through all the cycle, but when you look at all the split or my over the years, you'll be surprised that the two first one now. These people are sitting on thousands, and even some people who got money now, they become millionaires. And these are some of the things I think as you're talking about 401k and retirement and other things now, people can begin to educate themselves and look into it to broaden our base. Savings is good, but sometimes, apart from your emergency funds, who scan out $20,000 to account, at the house that also will be savings car. Well, 5 years to come now, your $20,000 is worthless. Whereas, so finding BB at $20,000, make shame. Even and I require even just even 30-year treasury bond, and you so a secure crana. Your money is in there. So we want to encourage people say yes, there are risk to other things, but let's venture out there and begin to make money.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, say a time no I fast spent. Thank you all for your contribution. Thank you all for joining. Your friends say, Vero, Mikayabua, Claudia, thank you all for, your contribution, Papa, Claudia, Frimpong, Friends and Frimpong, Emmanuel, and all that. Bro, thank you also. may end this usually like actually say you making sure say now your insurance, all the insurance, there are 8 insurance via depending on the age I intimate for good those things. So you making sure say it was insurance maybe health, life, auto, mortgage or rent, um, disability, both short and long term, and if when you need kakra, it is a long term care. Those things may be you making sure say in you will be. And then by same time next week 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you spend wisely, save intentionally, and give generously. Right. Bye bye. PatrikBarfi. Sikasem. My life radio. Bye.